This is it. Top 5 customer service secrets. So these are in no particular order, but number 1, pretty easy. Show up on time.
Don't be late. That's right.
Show up on time.
Hey man, give me some good reasons why people are late. There's never a good reason. I'm saying. I'm just saying
I had to take my kid to school. It's always something like that. Like there's always from a management experience.
No, I'm just talking the detailed excuses that you think they make, or they not make excuses, try to justify their lateness, their tardiness. I got one.
What?
Hey, they suck at planning. They suck at scheduling.
Oh, the not an excuse. You mean the reason?
The reason why.
Oh yeah. Most of them are unorganized.
Yeah.
Most of them are unorganized, unprofessional. They're not punctual. Their time management sucks. Their scheduling tools are terrible.
You know what they're doing?
Yeah.
What they're doing is they're saying, "Hey, I can't make it because they just booked another one real quick for some more money."
I saw on Instagram. Oh yeah, they'll do that too. They'll cut a client off real quick if there's some other bigger money, which is fucking just stupid and terrible when it comes to your business. I saw a detailer the other day, speaking of customer service, who on his story he put the client's name. He goes, "Hey," says the client's name, "send me your number. I'm running late," or something like that. "I'm so sorry." And it's like, why don't you already have the client's number? Like, how are you even doing? That shows me, like, how are you even operating? You don't even have a SOP. You know, if people, I don't like saying SOP.
Buzzword,
big buzzword. If you want to sell an operations program or a leadership program, just put I have SOPs. People think that's like the big SOP is like, that's like fundamental 101. Like, you should have a SOP. Like, everybody should have a SOP, whether it's written, whether it's something that's formal or not. You should have a SOP for everything that you do. But yeah, it shows me that people are just scheduling whichever way they want or whichever way they can.
I think in that aspect, I just don't think people really know what is the proper way of doing things. Like I'm sure they're doing it thinking that's the best way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I truly think that. I'm not now. Some people, they just don't give a damn. I get it. Yeah. But there's some guys that really think like this is the best. Like, and that's why we do.
Because I know. Yeah.
Like you got to pay attention to that as well. Like,
and I bet you there's some guys out there that have like Post-its all over the place of people in clients and where they're supposed to be on certain days, and then other days they may have something in their calendar, and then another day. I'm sure it's all over the place for a lot of these guys.
They got it written down on the envelope.
They got something on their they got something on their refrigerator, or they got a whiteboard at the studio. You see the whiteboards at the at the shops that are always like so you haven't done anything for 2 weeks. Because they're not staying on top of everything. Like, otherwise the daily task would be in there, or whatever. People lack the basic fundamentals, and this isn't even. And we're not even talking like business fundamentals. We're not talking leadership. We're not talking operations. We're talking courtesy. Just courtesy. Be there when you say you're gonna be there. If I can't trust that you're gonna be here when you say you're gonna be here, now you want me to trust you with my Maserati?
Well, yeah. For some people though, that's just a way of thinking. That's what I mean. And I'm sure some are gonna hear and be like, "Yeah, I never thought about that," but my man's right. I ain't be late no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, people think being late is a joke. But let somebody be late on you and see how, if you're on a tight schedule like us.
Hey, being late to a job, corporate world, is the easiest way to fire somebody.
Well, there's times where I wouldn't even take the interview if they're late. Like, I'm sorry. That was because once you get any type of offer, you need to know from that point on, you're starting your professional career with whatever it is that you're interviewing for. So whether that be the police academy, whether that be the military, whether that be, in the corporate world, as soon as you fill out that application, from that point on, you are now showing them what you have. So if anywhere down the line,
before that, it starts with that. When I went to go do my cop thing, I got to the where I'm supposed to do the test.
Yeah.
So I got there like right on time. When I mean right on time, it was 10 o'clock. I got there like at 9:59 because of parking in the Bay Area. I didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, there was like 2 cats that came like 10 cats down the road that came behind me. You know? And some dude in a suit and tie walks up and goes, "You're late." The guy goes, "I'm not late. Everyone's still in line." The guy goes, "You're late." It's like, "I'm not late. I haven't got in yet." He goes, "No, I seen you come up here at 9:20. That's what I seen you do. Yeah, you were supposed to be here at 9 o'clock or whatever."
Oh, so he was there, and then
No. He was just late. We were all in line. Like you're in a line to get into a store.
Oh,
we were in a line outside, and so he thought he was cool because not everybody was inside. But my man was in the back just watching and says, "You're late."
Yeah.
The guy goes, "I'm not late. We haven't went in yet." He goes, "No, you got here at 9:20. You're supposed to be here at 9 o'clock. You're late."
Yeah.
Just because I seen it.
Oh,
you know
okay, I got you. Yeah. So everybody was lined up, and he probably took note of everybody at after 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's where the line stops. Like, all of these people were not here.
Mm-hmm, that's what.
They were not here.
So he went and told him, he was like, "You got it." Yeah, and the dude was sitting there trying to argue with him at that point.
Well, because the average person would think, "Hey, well, we're not in here. It hasn't started yet, so I'm not." It's like, no, you were late. Like, I saw you be late.
Anyway,
being late, everybody has their
tolerance. Everyone has their tolerance for being late, but you don't have to worry about tolerance if you're never late.
We're usually there early.
Yeah.
We like to be there early. We give a window. We like to be there early, and we're always shooting for that earlier part of the window time. So if it's 6 or whatever, or if they're dropping off, I like to have that buffer. I want the studio looking fresh. I want everything nice and organized. I want the lighting ready to go. If we're going to somewhere, we want to make sure we're stepping out ready to go. We want to make sure that everything is prepped beforehand, so we're not having to stop in any way. We make sure that the van has gas, everything's powered up, everything's ready to go. So as soon as we get there, we're ready to work. So even if we did show up like right at the time, it's not like we're showing up, then this guy got to set up for an hour and he's over here filling his chemicals, and then you guys want to charge, "Oh, it took me 6 hours to do." It's like, how much of that shit was stuff that you should have been prepared already?
Well, and I think, and also we practice that. We practice that, and we discipline ourselves to do that in ways that maybe other people don't. When we gotta go somewhere, and there is no actual time frame of when we gotta be there, but we set the time frame. What time we want to roll? 10 o'clock. Okay, be here at 10 o'clock. Let's roll. You know what I mean? Yeah. If we're late to it, nothing happens, but we still try to stick to that time as much as possible, and I think that's how we stay disciplined and how we do things. You know what I mean?
And we'll tell each other too, like if one of us is moving at a slower pace, like maybe in the morning or something, like, yo, we gotta roll 5 minutes. Like it's not like we've left employees. And I don't have a problem leaving employees. Like, yo, this is the time. I was only 5 minutes late. Well, you already know how things go here. We're not, because our time is our money. Anytime that we're on the clock or we're performing duties, like, we want to get paid. Like, we want to be as efficient. We want to go in there, do the job, and then leave. Talk to the client and then leave. We don't want to be fumbling around. We don't want to be doing shit we don't have to be doing. Clients, they're usually on a timeline too. They got somewhere to be. They got a schedule to keep. So if you're holding them back, Like you can mess up somebody's day. Somebody has a doctor's appointment, or somebody's carpooling, or somebody's taking public transportation because you're working on the car. Whatever it is, arrange a pickup. Whatever it is. If somebody shows up to, have you ever shown up to a business and the door's locked, and you had an appointment, like a barber or something? I hear barbers are terrible with the time management too, like the scheduling.
Yeah.
So obviously that's an industry that needs to get their shit together, because trust me, there ain't no lack of barbers, just like there's no lack of detailers. So you guys that are saying you're slow right now, or things aren't picking up, this and that, and I'm not saying all of you, but I'm saying if you're not doing this, if you're not punctual with your time, and you're not taking your schedule and your client's time seriously, firstly, don't expect anybody to take your time seriously. And then, secondly, this is probably the reason why you're not getting business. Like, over enough amount of time, that compounds, and people start talking to more people, just like good news spreads, bad news spreads.
Well, I think with being late, which is a misunderstanding, is people focus too much on the reason, like justifying why they're being late. No matter what the
none of that
excuse is, whether it's valid or not, like, you know what I mean? Late is late.
Yeah.
So, like, we got to be clear about that.
It's very objective. It doesn't matter what happened.
Yes.
You're still there late.
Well, we're not there talking about the validation.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let's agree what late is late. Can we agree that's late? Now we're going to argue about whether or not it's valid, which I don't care in most cases.
The reasoning is secondary.
Yes.
We could talk about that at the end of the day. We could talk about that whenever.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got a great story for me, but I don't want to hear it right now. Like, you're 30 minutes late. Like, we got some making up to do here.
Like right now, I bet you, there's guys right now that are going to put in the comments, I was only late one time, but I don't
give a fuck.
That's what we're saying.
I don't care.
It's late. Can we agree?
We've heard it all. We've heard every good reason. We've heard every good reason, whatever. But people always do that. Mm-hmm. Like they're almost, think like the client is going to say, oh, so it's okay you're late for that. Yeah. So if I would have known, no, that's just.
And we're not saying that we're never late.
Yeah.
Very rarely, like we're not perfect. Like life happens, business happens, those things happen.
Yes, emergencies happen.
Yes.
But there's a way to go about it and to present yourself as far as, at that point you're making yourself look like a victim.
So we got that clear. But let's say you are late. Valid reason. How do you counter that? Or what's your comeback? What's your reply to that? Like what's your customer service makeup?
Oh, the recovery
remedy.
Yeah, yeah. That's
what do you do?
A lot of guys. Oh, I'm gonna be doing something. Because people don't realize recovery sometimes is very, very strong.
Recovery is like you already messed up once.
Yes.
You're not getting a second try. Like, you know what I mean?
At least our clients. Yeah. At least our clients. Like, we know our clients, if we don't hit a home run on the first time, they're not going to call us back. Because they've already ran through the gamut of detailers. And like, okay, you guys were referred to me the most, but the price, so the expectation is already there. So if we show up late, they're like, okay, so and so, they're probably on the phone telling their friends, like, yo, the dudes that you referred me to, they're already late.
Well, that's the expectation where it's like, all right, okay, we game on when the guy goes, hey, Joe Smo recommended you. I know you do good.
Yeah.
And they were got the game. Got no choice now.
Yeah, they all say that. Yeah. We had a client, speaking of customer service, we had a client this week, and we go, first time we meet her, we inspect the car, we walk through, let her know everything, let her know the price, and I said, we're gonna take care of this. She goes, I know you're gonna do a good job. She goes, because her son referred us, and she goes, if it's good enough for my son, then I know you're good, And then when I finished up, I walked her through. We showed everything, and I did some complimentary touch up for her. like some little like that's the type of stuff we do. Like that's the level of service that we're bringing when we come to clients, and this is what keeps us booked out months. This is what keeps us busy year round. This is what allows us to operate the way we do, is because we put it down that well when it comes to customer service. So anyway, got all of her stuff touched up for her. Just a couple things. Took me an extra 10 minutes. We took care of some little water spots and scratches, scuffs all around the outside of her car. And she comes out and I said, look, it's not perfect, but it's not going to be recognizable to the eye immediately like it was before.
That car was ready to sell.
Yeah, and she looked at me and she goes, it is perfect. And she was beyond happy. And she was like, you guys are everything that my son was boasting about. I just want to say thank you again for the estimate and taking the time. When people see you doing your job well, they know, like, for somebody to thank you for your time, they already know, like, you're busy. They see that you're about your business. You're not sitting over there messing around. That's what people want to see. So that all comes to the whole, being on time, being punctual, people notice that. How many jobs have we've gotten just based off of people watching us?
Yeah.
Like, that's really, really big. So if you don't think it's a big part of business, or you don't think it's affecting your business, you better check yourself, because this could be, like maybe those nice neighborhoods that you like working in, or those, maybe you're not getting any more business there because they're kind of seeing what's going on.
Well, speaking of time, like the importance of time, there's people that value time, right? That's why they don't like being late. They value your time. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. When I had someone come fix up my washer, they came.
Oh, terrible, huh?
Yeah, that's another industry. But my man came, checked it out, and he goes, "Hey, man, I'm not even going to charge you. I can't fix this. You need to do this."
Uh-huh.
I said, "Dang, well, thank you." I gave him a 20. He said, "Thank you for your time." He wasn't going to charge me, but yeah, those guys get paid by the hour. He's his own man. He's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank you for your time. He goes 20.
Yeah.
But we know the value of time.
And as far as recovery, you could really be hurting yourself financially, because some people, the first thing is like, oh, well, I'll give you a discount then.
That's the word of mouth. When they say every business grows by word of mouth, well, every business gets affected by word of mouth, because you're getting not called because of word of mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? People are telling you, like, hey, that guy, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Won't call him.
Like, and you as an operator and as a business owner should know that time halts everything. Will stop an operation if you're waiting for somebody. If you're, but those are also the same type of cats that probably allow their employees to be late, obviously. So time needs to be valued. Customer service is respecting them enough and having the courtesy to show up and be punctual.
I can promise you that's why a lot of detailers are always hiring.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I bet that's.
I already know, like that. The people are. Yeah. This is one of the reasons we don't like managing. We don't like having a ton of employees because of that. And when we do, it's contracted work, so it's not a commitment. It's not like we're like, oh hey, even if it's family member, like, yo, you could go home. Oh, you gonna run your mouth? Oh, you have an attitude today? Like, we have no problem confronting things, and that's where all the control is when it comes down to it, as far as employees, because most people are so uncomfortable to have the conversation of what the problem is. But that's a whole nother video. We should make a top 5 employee stuff, because we could do some with the employee. We could teach some things.
I bet I'd be like, man, that's happened to me right now.
Oh yeah.
No man.
Man, like, as somebody who worked in operations in leadership for a long time and having employees, I wish I had a good resource back then where I could just call back, yo, hey, this and so is going on. Like, what?
The more important part in the corporate world is you always have the responsibility, but your power was limited. Your authority was limited. Here, like, you got all the responsibility and you got all the authority. So like, that's what's fun. Or so we said, don't be late. And if you are late, it doesn't matter. You're late, but the remedy. How do you remedy?
Yes. How are you going to remedy that? Yeah. Remedy it. So that's if you are late, which nobody say we never want to be late again. But if you are late, learn how to remedy that in a tasteful way.
I think you to be better at it, you would have to know your client or know the type of client that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah. To find a solution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By that time, you should already know what that client values. Obviously, they value time.
Like if
they value money. Yeah. Like what do they value? And that's what you bring to the table. With options.
This as far as recovery. You have to do, and I've recovered some really good ones where we really dropped the ball, and I've been able to recover some really, really well. But that's what I did for a long time: conflict resolution. So that allows me to improvise things, to figure things out, and to find a solution pretty much immediately, because that's what my jobs in the past required me to do. It was something you had to learn because it was constant and daily. So there's been times where we've recovered it so well, the client forgot even what the issue was to begin with that we were recovering, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's a good recovery. Yeah. When that client doesn't even remember whatever it was, like you scratched their paint or you burned through their clear code or you showed up an hour late.
Say if you're in the remedy phase now and the client at this time says, okay, yes, can you do that? I need that done at this time. That answer better be
yes. Everything after that needs to be yes.
On his terms now. You know what I mean? The ball is in his court.
He now has gained leverage over you.
You better not be like, oh,
you're still in recovery mode. Don't think that. And some people are like, nah, it just don't work out. No, that's not good. Like you don't realize that that's still part of the recovery. That there's still more to do if you want true retainment. Mm-hmm. Like you have to show them. That's where, to me, customer service starts like there. That's like next level customer service.
And this is what people don't think when we say customer service. People just think being nice, but customer service is broken down. Just do me a favor. Look under customer service positions and look how many different titles they are, because they all handle a different type of problem. Everyone has a customer service and dealing with so many different entities.
Because it's just
that's how far it's broken down.
It's just issues. If there's an issue, it's going to customer service. So when you're providing customer service, the idea is to prevent all of those issues from happening and to be on the forefront. Even there's things that we've done where we were proactive so far in advance where it's not even a problem. That's just what I've learned to do over the years.
We're getting in deep into this customer service. Man. We're supposed to do the top 5 customer service.
Yeah. Woo! So no more customer service. Well, this is all about customer service, but we'll just keep it rolling. We'll just keep it rolling because I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be spitting out that it's going to help. Yeah. Okay, so the second one. This is another one where it's just it bothers me. It really bothers me, and this is in any industry. Look presentable. Look presentable.
All right, look presentable. What does presentable look like in this industry?
In this industry?
What does presentable? Now people get subjective. Well, we know that we say be clean.
Yes.
Be clean.
And I'm not saying you have to. Everybody needs to look the same. I'm not saying you got to wear the what is it
okay. Just like never being late is okay. Being dirty is never okay. No matter what the reason is.
And I wouldn't even say dirty. I would say grimy. Just be that grimy cat. Cut your nails, brush your teeth, comb your hair. When you talk about standards, this is why businesses have uniforms. Yes. Because people don't know. If people knew, Because uniforms cost companies lots of money.
You know how much schools got it easier because they got school uniforms? Yeah. That cuts out a lot of riffraff.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, I don't like the uniforms. Oh, blah blah blah. This that. From the faculty standpoint, I'm sure it alleviates so many headaches, issues that just don't arise.
Yes.
None of this stuff. So, look presentable. We're not saying you have to look like you're selling like you're out there doing the solar panels, door to door. You don't gotta wear the khakis.
When we say get uniforms, also be uniform.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't need a uniform. You could be, you know what I mean? Like have some type of method in how you look, how your team looks.
Yeah.
Like everyone can distinguish something. You know what I mean? Yeah. So look presentable.
And it can be very easy to do. Like, okay, guys, look, you just have to have a pair of blue basketball shorts and a red shirt. That's it. That's it. That's your uniform. That's better than one dude in jeans.
Yes.
You got another guy in cargo shorts. You got another guy wearing camouflage pants. Yeah. And they're all looking grimy.
Right.
And you're the only, but you have a uniform because you're the boss.
Yes.
It just looks nasty. I just want people to take a good look at themselves. Like, take a good look at yourself. Take a good look at your business. And me and Sal were talking about this, and I'm glad we're bringing it up right now. If you were a product, think of any product out there, just a basic product. So you as a product, look at yourself. We'll use alcohol as an example. Where do they put the best stuff?
And behind the
top shelf. Top shelf.
Yeah.
It's called top shelf. You go to a bar, they say, oh, what do you want? Give me your top shelf. That means give me the best shit you got. So top shelf, are you top shelf? Look at your business, look at yourself, look at your clientele, look at everything you do within your business and say, am I top shelf? Or you step down. Okay, maybe I'm not top shelf, but maybe I'm right there in the middle range.
Again, a lot of people haven't experienced that type of top shelf, that type of service, because what happens when you do get top shelf? Usually when you're top shelf, they're pouring it a little different. Yeah. They're pouring it in a different glass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you order it. What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing when someone calls you? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How are you?
What's your bow look like?
And that's what we were talking. Like and somebody had responded on one of our last videos, and they were asking about the car wash question. How much do you charge for car wash? I said, well, if you show up late with the dirty shirt and looking grimy, you'll be lucky to get $25. But if you come correct on all fronts, including appearance, including punctuality, everything is on point. Now you can start charging real money.
And so back to this, like we're on this, a lot of people out there think that doesn't matter. And you know what? You're right. It doesn't matter to you.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't matter to you, someone that does matter to you, they're not gonna call them. That's what you know what I mean. Like
it's like attracts like.
Yes.
It's a you are a direct.
Yes.
Your business is a direct. Your clientele is a direct reflection of your business.
Yeah. If you don't think that matters, great. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
But for those guys that how to be better, like this is things that you got to start noticing and paying attention to. That's all.
Yep. You know? Like, am I gonna? Okay, I'm gonna sell my house, or I'm going to, or I need a lawyer. If one lawyer's coming looking like in a sloppy suit, doesn't fit him right, he just looks sloppy. Desk, everything is unorganized. Paperwork everywhere. Just smells funky in there, he's the same price as another one, or the other one's maybe 25% more, maybe even 50% more. He got the tailored suit on there, the nice cut, bespoke, got the candle lit in the office. Everything's clean. Everything's decorated just nice. My man's fresh. Like who are you gonna do business? Who do you want to do business with? Period. It doesn't matter if you're a detailer, a janitor, whatever. If you want to do business and conduct business with certain people, you can't expect to be bottom shelf. You know, very bottom. I'm talking like the very bottom, like the plastic bottle liquor, trying to get somebody that wants to pay top shelf. It's not gonna happen.
Hey, good. I know people out there like, no, I know I ain't top shelf. I'm cool with being.
And that's fine. Killing at that section.
What we're talking to are the cats at the bottom shelf saying like, yo, how come I can't be up there? I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I get too drunk too. You know what I mean? That's what I'm not talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I got nothing for you.
Yeah. Yep. But
that's
also,
all customer service is.
It's all
like,
customer service.
Like that. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all customer service. So looking presentable is a big deal, guys. We try to be fresh every day we step out. We're a representation of details, and that's one of the reasons why our brand has become what it has become. And I don't think it's because of the design elements. I think it's because of who we are and how we represent it. And I think people can now identify details with a certain level of service, or whether we're consulting with them, they know what style they're going to get. They know what they're going to bring. They know what comes along. And there's a reassurance that comes with that. And it's a trust that comes with it. And that's what I'm very proud that we're able to build that.
You know what I've been noticing? Well, we started to work out. What, it's been a year now, a little over a year. Right, 4 a.m. thing made that a normal thing. So when we say, hey, do you have anything after 1? We're like, no, we're done. Or just people talking in general. Like, I've been getting a different energy back when it's like, nah, I don't do that. Like, oh, what do you guys do? It's like, we go to the gym at 4 a.m. We're up at 3:30, and they're like, oh, like oh, okay,
yeah,
I see you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean. The energy's a little different
the energy's different when you hear somebody say 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I go to the gym at 5 a.m. You're like, oh, okay, you're one of those. But when you say I go to the gym at 4 a.m.,
yeah,
like people are like, yo, that's crazy. But when we talk about the things that we do that are different, they're not just different; they're almost extreme. But that's how the business operates, and that's how we do things our way. We have full control of it. Why not get up at 4 a.m. and have our day done by 11? Why do I have to do?
Well, back to the extreme part. Like, we do those things. Why? Because the extreme, the opposite of that, the extreme is that is chilling.
Yeah.
And when we say we want to chill, like, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
We want to chill.
Yeah.
Like, you don't like. What about like? Nah. Like, we did all that. We was like that over here.
Yeah.
Now I'm in this mode.
We're able to reserve this and make stuff for you guys. Like, all of that discipline allows you to have so much more of your life back. And but it takes discipline to do it. It's hard. Not everyone's going to do it. So
yeah, that was on.
That was still present. I don't know how I got there, but whatever.
All right, let's get to an easy one. That we won't get too deep in.
Yeah.
Answer your phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it's 110 degrees outside, I get it.
Yeah.
You working in that car 3 hours, I get it, man. But you gotta answer that phone, man. Like, you passing up on money. Yeah. You gotta answer that phone so you won't have to be out there at 3 o'clock in the 110 degree weather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to take that phone so that way you don't have to be doing that. Now, if you like doing that, you don't think that's important? Again, not talking to you. Go ahead, pimping.
Yeah.
But again, answer your phone. You're sleeping on money, you don't answer that phone.
Yeah.
All right, pretty clear enough, huh? On that
it should be, yeah. Answer your phone. Like, it's just this is one that we've said that we've beat this dead horse. I don't know how many times.
Again, and if you don't answer your phone for whatever reason, the point is you didn't answer your phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone could call a detailer, and all 5 detailers, they all could have, their car could have been broken down. They all could have been broken down on the highway. To that guy calling, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just on my car detail.
Yeah. They don't. It's that.
I couldn't get a hold of nobody.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that you guys see it all the time, where people are You know, they have videos. Oh, I tried calling like 4 other detailers. You're the only one that picked up. It's like, geez, like we want to talk about the fundamentals of just missed opportunities.
Yo, and
like
that's
you just think about if you didn't miss any calls, or you didn't miss, you know, instead of missing 50% of your calls, if you only miss 10% of them, how much more capture that you would have, the potential capture. But you're cutting that potential off by not answering your phone.
Yes, yes. So you guys are complaining about not getting clients. Like that's one already.
Yes.
Like you're shooting your own self in the foot. Like, and you
but they don't look at it that way.
Yeah, never recover.
But they don't look at it that way.
You done did that way too many times. You're not recovering now.
You know how they look at it? I was working. How am I supposed to work? Oh, I got to get a secretary. Oh, I got to do. It's just excuses. Mm-hmm. There's cats out there that keep their Bluetooth on pretty much the entire time, and those are ones that are serious. Mm-hmm. They're going to take the call. Mm-hmm. They're working at the same time they're talking. They're giving quotes. They're moving.
Answering your phone led us to explore the car wash scenario. People were calling, like I'm calling detailers. I want a car wash. They're saying they can't do it. Can you guys do it? And we're like, well, take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, take it. We can do it.
Yeah.
And that's where like we're getting called a lot of missed opportunities, saying like we don't do car washes, not today.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The same day. We can do some.
Yeah.
We answer the phone. We can do some same days.
Yeah, and people want that. They want it.
And what do you see? Man, I call 3-4 people.
Yeah.
Like when they want the quick.
Because Sal would be sitting there watching me turn down, because I used to do it. Mm-hmm. I would turn down like, oh no, we don't do car washes. And Sal's like, why don't you do car washes? And I said, because for the time and all of the things that we have to do for a car.
You know how much time it takes now?
I said we're not making enough money, but that was before we were really like, we were optimized then. We weren't like in turbo mode like we are now.
It's like, you know, it takes us 30 minutes to do a car wash.
Yeah, and our time is still going down.
Oh yeah, because now we plan for car washes now. Yeah. So now we're getting faster.
Yeah.
All right. So answer your phone. At least answering your phone is not a bad
thing.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good for you.
All right. Also, next one. When you have that client in front of you, first thing.
Wait. You missed one.
Oh, I didn't know order.
This one.
Oh, listen. Oh, that one. That's another deep one. That's what I didn't want to go into. You know what I mean?
Okay. We won't go.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. So the next one is, when you get that client and you have that interaction, first thing you do is get their name.
Yeah.
Before this conversation even begins, you get their name. And from that point on, all you do is when you refer to them is use their name.
That's such a powerful one. That's one we teach in our school training. And their minds are blown when we tell them, you know, the psychology behind it and how much it affects and makes a difference. It doesn't matter what the correspondence is with this.
It applies to all means of communication.
So if it's email, if it's a text, if it's anything,
the DM, all that.
Like and what it does also is it resets the client's expectations too, because it kind of creates a boundary, which I like, because sometimes I'll have people. It feels like they're coming at you sideways, all crazy, like, hey, how much for a so-and-so? It's like, whoa. Let's take it easy now. Back it up. Like that. In my mind, that's how I see the text when it's kind of shot at me like that. Like it's almost like aggressive. I say, and the way I respond is, good afternoon or good evening, whatever. This is Joel from Details. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. And that gets sent back before anything. I'm not telling him no prices. I'm not asking questions about his car. I want to know who I'm talking to. Once you know who you're talking to, they tend to change up real quick.
Well, you gain control at that point. You know what I mean? And we always talk about always staying in control.
Yeah.
That's part of the psychology. You get the control back, and the energy changes.
Yes. And they're now looking at you as another person. It's not the stranger. It's like someone's calling me my name is a lot more intimate than just, you know, say if I call some type of service and they don't have my name at all. They just know me by my order number. Mm-hmm. or they know me by my home address where they're going to be servicing.
Why you think Starbucks says the name? They ask for your name. You know what I mean?
Yep. They have numbers. They have a numbering system. They have transaction orders, numbers. They could just read out the coffee if they wanted to, but there's something one of the reasons I love our coffee house over here. I don't really drink coffee, but I go over there to get my drinks in. As soon as I walk in, they did, hey, what's up, Joel? You know, it feels good. It feels good for somebody to call you by your name. So it's people hold themselves a little bit differently when talking to somebody who's speaking to them and referring to them by name.
Yeah, because you don't call strangers that you don't know their name. Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you do with someone you know? You call them their name.
Yeah.
So it just it gets you faster to give them that relation built quicker.
And they'll remember your name. They're more, because they're like, oh, he's gonna remember my name, And I do this on another little secret I'll give you guys too. If a client books with me, after the second time they book and we've completed their service, what we do is we put them in our phone with their car description, because we don't put every single client in there. We put a good amount of them, but we don't put every single client. But once they hit the two service mark, they go and they get programmed into our database. They get the phone, they have everything in their vehicle. We put notes on their vehicle, with their name. So when Julie calls with the Audi, hey Julie, how's the S8? Everything looking good, everything holding up well. That's ridiculous customer service.
Oh, what you see a difference. When I see a difference is for those clients that you wonder why the clients don't call you back. We're talking about the clients that use us maybe once a year, twice a year, every 2 years. Mm-hmm. The first ones, the ones that keep coming. One of the ones that we had, I answered the phone with their name already saved in my phone. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing? So and so, how you been? Hey, you remember me? Like how's that Cadillac doing?
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, that's why I'm calling you back, man.
It's like a friend call, it's completely different. It's a whole. Now you're at a level that most businesses have to put so much effort into getting
retention.
That. Yeah, like true personal service. There's very few places that you can go where they really know you. And the look in their eye when they see you, they know you. Mm-hmm. My local hardware store is like that. The coffee house is like that. That's hard to get. And if you could get that almost immediately, that's insane. Mm-hmm. That is insane. When we send confirmations, good evening, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. And it's all by name. Everything is by name. So even before I meet these clients, they know us. They know who we are. So it's a big one. Using their name. I can't stress that one enough. And you guys can start doing all of this stuff tomorrow if you really wanted to. Really, you could do it all tomorrow. All this stuff you can do tomorrow. People are now starting to see that customer service is no joke, because I think we've just been flooded with so much bad customer service.
Yeah. So back to having employees, when you think I'm gonna get a secretary to do all of these. It doesn't matter who. They still gotta do all these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're not doing them, how are you gonna teach your secretary to make sure they do all these things?
Yeah. I was just gonna write something down because I got another one.
Oh.
Another customer service part is that people don't think about because it's not a direct interaction with the client, is going to be conduct. So conduct needs to be a bullet point in this conversation, because conduct, meaning, are you out there blasting your music while you're working? Are you out there staining up the driveway with that petroleum oil based whatever crazy tire shine out there? Are you cussing?
Oh, I got one that probably would be like, oh man, Do they got that drying towel hanging out the back?
Oh yeah,
like they're drying their clothes on the clothesline. You know what I mean? That's what I think when I see that, right?
Yeah. Like there's a lot.
People think they don't. That's not wrong. It is not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how do you want people to view you? That's all.
Yeah. Some people don't care. Yeah.
Conduct.
Yeah, and conduct is pretty much how you're behaving, how you're acting. Like being polite should be mandatory. That should be that should be a standard for everybody. To be polite, to be courteous,
It's just so subjective. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Everyone has their version of what nice is, or what professional is.
Yeah.
Or what tardiness is.
Yeah. You want to do a good study on customer service? Go to Popeyes, and then right after you go to Popeyes on a Friday night, and then go to Chick-fil-A on a Friday night, and see the two. That you'll realize what customer service is. You'll feel a completely different way. You'll have because at one place customer service is stressed, like it's a part of that. It's in that DNA. The other one, not so much. We're not saying you have to provide white glove service. But we're saying if you want to take your business to another place, these are small things that you can do to incorporate into your business. And this is kind of a sneak peek of what the School and Training does and talks about. A lot of trainings there on how to manage, on how to operate, on how to... The School in them is just like the no bullshit version. That's proven through experience. You could see the ones who are teaching you out of a book. The ones that are teaching you out of a book,
yeah.
you kind of know, because they're hitting everything at surface level. They're not going deep. They can't give deep, really descriptive scenarios or instances where you can actually apply it to make it a solution. Whether it's any of these topics here that you want to elevate in your business, but yeah, that's what we're all about. And our level of service.
I was going to say, like, how when it comes to this customer service part, like, we're trying to play Madden on all Madden setting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some guys out there playing it on rookie setting, and saying they're nice with it.
Yeah.
Some guys over there playing medium and saying they're nice with it. You know what I mean? Like, some guys over there playing the best team and saying that,
Yeah.
We're over here trying to play with the wackest team, trying to be. That's how we get better. You know?
Yeah.
We're trying to play. Yeah. So.
And if you don't know, Sal used to be ranked top 100 of the world.
I was a bad mother lover. I was
in
a
Madden.
bad dude.
We've helped guys that came from the bottom shelf make it to the top shelf. We've seen guys go from the bottom to the middle. And then we've seen guys also not listen and stay where they're at, and then it turns out not so good.
The response is the people that are like, I didn't think about that. Oh, okay, I get it. And then they start understanding, like, okay, it's a whole method behind it.
Yes.
The response, we get it in the comments, we get it in the training. Sometimes is the pushback, like they're arguing.
Yeah.
Like what they're trying to argue is what late is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna sit here and argue with me about, but what if this happened and this is like, yo, we're not here to have that conversation.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah. So a lot of So a lot of the comments be kind of hard sometimes because it's not what I'm talking about. But okay.
Yeah. Obviously that went over your head.
Yeah.
We kind of see things that it goes over people's head. It's like you're talking about a little fraction of the part that's not even the real problem.
Yeah.
So
that's fine. We gave him 5. That's fine.
I think we gave you 5. We're gonna pick 5.
Dang.
But yeah. So that's it for some customer service secrets right there, man. I think we hit you with some good stuff. It felt like there was some good little secrets in there, some little gems. So take them, leave them. We don't care. Leave us in your comments things that you do for customer service. Back by popular demand. Where's the podcast? What's going on with Already Canceled? We got some good stuff cooking up for you. We've just been really busy with a few other things, but it is coming back, and we have a few surprises coming along with it.
No. You know what? I said, like, I ain't talking to you guys. You know what? For the guys if you think any of this stuff is bull, you know what? I do want to hear it. Maybe I do want to.
Yeah.
So I can understand it. You know what I mean? So let's talk about this.
Yeah. If you disagree with it,
we're
we're not trying to hate them. Like this is all we're all learning. I'm sure there's something you guys could throw at us because we learn all the time through.
Yeah.
It's not like we just read the comments. Like we get back to you guys. Like sometimes it gets passionate, you know, because people have their views and their opinions and their experiences. But I think as long as it's done in a healthy, respectful way, there's nothing wrong with it. But sometimes it's really funny, you know, if someone is dissing us or whatever. We like that too. So it's not if there's something that you guys do disagree with, or there's something that you guys want to touch on a little bit more.
Let's just talk.
Yeah, let's talk. Or if there's something you want us to elaborate on, because again, we're making these videos for you guys. So let us know what you think. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Top 5 customer service.